Good day, my name is Zinogule and I will be explaining the questioning strategy as I saw it as the most suitable teaching methods that can be utilized by any teacher when scaffolding in an educational context. Now let's dive into the strategy and see how fit it can be in the context of teaching the French Revolution in an history class. So our first question is, what will the teacher do? Well, it is quite simple. When using this strategy, scaffolding strategy, the teacher can start by asking basic questions to the learners, using, of course, the Bloom's taxonomy, where they can start by asking questions like, what is revolution? What do you think French Revolution was about? When did this revolution start? What do you think caused the revolution? Or they can change the way things are normally done. They can start by using the backward design, where they can pose questions to the learners of higher cognition level and breaking the concept down step by step to lower cognition level. If the teacher poses the questions and drives the lesson, what can the learner do in that case? Well, the learner can start by asking questions or answering questions, drawing conclusion to what is being presented to them, predicting what will happen next in the historical sequence, comparing and constructing the different questions that are posed, and the different assessments that can be used to assess if this questioning strategy that is being implemented in the history class of French Revolution to check if objectives have been met. One type of assessment that the teacher use is Socratic questioning, where the teacher will ask questions that will encourage learners to think critically and be open-minded to the concept. The learners can also do a turn and talk activity, where they discuss with their partners, their friends, the questions that are being posed by the teacher to them. They can also use peer assessment to check if the objectives of the lessons have been met, where the learners themselves evaluate each other's answers. Also, rubrics can be one of the tools that can be used to assess when the questioning method is being used in scaffolding classes, as it is one tool that can critically analyze the responses of learners to the questions that were posed in the lesson. Now, what resources can be used in the class? Well, the teacher can use short videos that will pose questions at the end, digital flashcards, and also quiz games. And one way in which unknown vocabulary can be taught in class is by breaking down unknown concepts, finding their prefix, suffix, and also root word, as that may help students to figure out the meaning of the term. Thank you for your time.
Afternoon, my name is Kamalo Sofoloshe, student number 422-31604, and I'm here to stipulate my teaching strategy, learning activity, assessment, resources, speaking, writing, reading, and listening, and not forgetting how I'll teach vocabulary. Firstly, my teaching strategy will be the telling method, where the teacher will be explaining everything about the French Revolution and giving more insight to the learners. And the learners will be expected, or rather in the learning activity, the learners will be expected to listen to the teacher while explaining about the French Revolution using the textbook Platinum History Grade 10. And they will have to answer or write an activity in their class workbooks. And the assessment that I'd opt for, or what is the type of assessment, will be assessment for learning, which is the formative assessment. And the form of assessment will be a class activity. And the method of assessment will be the telling method. And the tool of assessment, I'd opt for a grading rubric. And the resources which will be available will be the Platinum History Grade 10, photos and photographs, and the internet. Speaking will be relevant when the learners have to respond to questions asked by the teacher, and writing will be relevant when they have to write about the French Revolution in their class workbooks as a class activity. And reading, they will have to read the notes given by the teacher or on page 103, Platinum History Grade 10. And listening, they will have to listen to the teacher while they are explaining, or she or he explaining, the French Revolution more. I will teach vocabulary by giving them an activity such as a word bank, where they'll have to go and
No, thank you very much. My name is Sekheto Rabaone. I would like to take this opportunity that has been granted and utilize this platform to contextualize this particular scaffolding activity that has been exposed to us. The first and foremost is the two fundamental questions of what will the teacher do and what will the learner do in relation to this particular assessment platform overall. Moreover, the teacher will use or utilize the demonstration method, where now he uses scenarios or case studies and historical narratives to express or to highlight the experiences of different groups during the French Revolution, and also encourage class discussions within the classroom so that learners can engage and interact with this particular topic of the French Revolution. So jumping to what will the learners be doing is that the learners will be there observing the demonstrations of the teacher as he will be rendering new concepts of the French Revolution, so that they can dwell more and make sure that they understand and they clear all the misconceptions of this particular topic of the French Revolution. So now, with relation to assessment, we have reflected to this formative assessment, and then in relation to the form of assessment, we now concluded that it's a type of assessment where now it's an oral assessment, where now everything that has been done has been done orally. Learners will be there engaging, debating, having group discussions, and so on. And then by grading that particular task or activity that has commenced, it will be in a use of a rubric. So jumping to resources, learners will be using textbooks, photographers from internet, so that they can scrutinize and clear all the misconceptions of this particular topic of the French Revolution.